Hey everybody, it's Friday morning. It's crazy everywhere right now. Hopefully the sun's not getting you guys. No, that didn't do anything. I was watching some footage this morning of what's going on in Boston, and that's just absolutely crazy. But at least they know who it is, and don't think he's going to get away. The only thing I worry about is that he's going to try to take more people out with him. Hopefully they don't capture him, they just shoot and kill him and be done with it. But I can tell you from knowing how the relationship is between Russia and Chechnya that Russia's going to want permission to go in, and they've been itching to go in there and cause some havoc for years. They do not have a good relationship, and this may be the catalyst for that, because if it is determined that the Chechen army put these guys up to it, I can tell you that Russia will go in there and just clean house. They've been, like I said, they've been wanting to do that for years and get rid of all the people that are in power there. So that's definitely a possibility. I don't understand why they think America has anything to do with any of this. If they're going to be mad at somebody, be mad at Russia, but you still don't kill people. You don't go to Russia and kill people. And they know what would have happened. They tried to pull that crap in Russia, they would have got torn apart. It wouldn't have been like it was here, where there's this big investigation. Somebody would have ratted them out for money, and they would have gotten drawn and quartered or shot, or they would have been toast. And you know, I guess the United States is a bigger stage, and unfortunately in this day and age we have to worry about that we're now the world's largest stage, and so when things happen here, it gets talked about more. If this happened in Russia, we wouldn't have heard as much about it, of course, because it's not our country, but everybody knows about what's going on right now. And so, you know, we're kind of to the point now that that's what terrorists are going to do. They're going to come over here and cause problems, because whatever their viewpoint is, or whatever they want to get across why they're doing it, it's a lot easier to come over here, because the footage and, you know, the news footage, and like supposedly this kid has a video out now saying why he's doing this, and that's getting shown everywhere, and his political cause or his religious cause, whatever he's got going on, is being reported to the world, and that's why he did it. But I'm sure that his brother had a lot to do with this, being older, and probably there's some people, maybe even some Chechen mob in Boston, which is probably the case, that started all this. I don't think you get online and learn about, you know, this and that, or, you know, read something that says Russia is doing this to Chechnya or whatever, or the United States involved in something in Chechnya, and then that turns you this way. I think that this is something where somebody really just got at him. It was probably his brother. This brother probably was hanging out with people that were either in power or still in power in Chechnya, and got him convinced of it, and then he convinced his little brother, which is really sad, because I'm sure his brother had a bright future in the United States, and now he doesn't. Now he's probably going to die. One way or the other, he's dead. So it's just sad. And then I hear about West, and they're saying 12 casualties and 200 injured, and I really feel bad for them, and I love that little town. I always stop there when I'm going to Dallas or coming back. Either I stop at Sonic, or I stop at the check-in and get kolaches or whatever, or stop, use the bathroom and get a drink. Used to, when I drank soda, I'd stop there and always get a Dr. Pepper or whatever. And I really like that little town, and I feel really bad for them. So been sending definitely some positive thoughts and sending my love up there. So it's just, things are just crazy in the world right now. And then the Travis County District Attorney pled guilty and got 45 days. I just found out. Another crazy situation in Austin. My wife was worried this morning about me going to work because of everything going on, and you know, I just had to tell her that nothing's going on in Austin, and so we just have to stay positive that nothing will. So I don't know. It's one of these things where we got so comfortable with people not coming over here, people being afraid to come over here, and now they're not afraid. And I think a lot of that has to do with our justice system and the slow process. I mean, they still haven't even had an actual trial for the guy that shot all those people at Fort Hood because they were arguing over his beard. Let him have a beard. Convict the guy, take him out back, put one in his head, cremate him, and throw his ashes in the trash. Be done. Be done. But our justice system drags on and on and on and on and on and on. So I really didn't want to get into all this on the daily vlog, but I really felt like I needed to today and talk about it. It's all weighing on my mind. So in good news, I'm probably gonna be getting a laptop either today or tomorrow. I'm looking for one. I found one. It was a decent deal. Lady bought it off a guy and it had a BIOS password stuck on it. I started thinking about it and I was like, I really like it because it's a touch screen, and I was really interested in it, and I could play Minecraft on it and do video editing. So it had an i3 processor, and I really started thinking about it, and I was like, you know, what if she bought the thing, it's got a BIOS password on it, no hard drive, all the stuff's stripped out of the inside, you know, it's got probably memory and processor because they're soldered on. They could have taken the wireless board out. Those have a replaceable Intel wireless board. They could have taken the hard drive out, and then I'd be giving this lady $200, which is less than half of what they go for new, and it'd be just basically a piece of junk. And I just couldn't justify it. It just wasn't worth it. I mean, I'd love to have it, and I may still go talk to her tomorrow and then take a look at it, because I am interested in it. But I think I'm gonna just buy another one. I found one at Best Buy it was an open box clearance. It's a AMD A8, and I'm not too sold on those just yet. I have to see if the Sony software will work on it or not. Ultimately, I want a MacBook Pro with an i5 or an i7 in it. And like I said, I'm gonna sell a bunch of stuff of mine, like my wrestling collectibles and maybe even some of my trains. Yeah, I collect trains. I've always loved trains, and we were friends with this woman, and after her husband passed, she decided to get rid of most of his collection, so I was helping her sort through stuff, and then we ended up making a trade, and I ended up with a bunch of trains. And I love trains, I just don't have any room to set them up. If we had a huge house, I'd have just room for trains that didn't even involve my office at all. I mean, I love trains, they're so much fun. So I may get rid of some of that collection. I'm gonna keep the special ones that I really wanted. Those are the ones I really wanted, and may start clearing out the rest of it, because I really want the MacBook, so I can go to probably, I kind of want to go to Final Cut Pro, because everybody's telling me it's so freaking easy to use now. So I may want to go to that, and then I can still play Minecraft on that, and I can even load like 7 on another partition if I needed to use Windows. So, and I could put the Sony software on that partition and just switch back and forth depending on what I wanted to do, and just have like an external drive or a thumb drive that I can put a video on, and I can edit it in either place. So I don't know, that's an eventuality, let's say. But I'm definitely looking today for one, because the little laptop I have now sucks. The one that used to be my wife's, that needs to be wiped out. It needs a lot more RAM, and it's a Core 2 Duo, and it's still nice, and it's got a big old screen on it, but it's kind of a hunk of shit because it won't play Minecraft at all, and it's the video driver that's really slow, and I had to run a mod on it, and it's just not worth it. And I don't have a laptop. We bought 2 laptops when we first started the nonprofit. We got a monetary donation and bought them for the nonprofit. And my wife uses one at home for her nonprofit stuff, and then the other one's at her office. So they're the same machine, and she can copy things back and forth between them fairly easy. So that's the way we set it up. And so that left me without really a laptop to use. And so I've been using this little crappy one that somebody gave me, and I do still have that motion tablet, but it's pretty slow too, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it at this point. I'll probably end up getting rid of it ultimately, maybe find somebody to trade me for an iPad or something. Because if I had, my ultimate rig would be one of the Apple servers with the Xeons. Like 2 of the, I think that it's either, I think they have an 8-core Xeon now. 2 8-core Xeons, a ton of RAM in it, like 32 gigs, and a bunch of drives and a backup system. That way I can really edit these videos, and I can do some better stuff and get a really good digital SLR to do some still stuff, and then get a really good actual video camera to record some stuff, and then have a iPad, because they do have an app that lets you control some of the editing in Final Cut Pro with your iPad. So basically on the screen it has the controls. So I have an iPad, and I can just do my controls off that instead of having to use keyboard and mouse, which would be pretty cool. But that's my ultimate rig. If money was no object, I would spend it and then really start building up these channels. But you got to start out somewhere. And we may have somebody else coming on board there. My nephew, will say, it's like my niece. It's her brother, and they're really not related, but my wife's known them since they were babies, and known him since he was born. And he's 15, and so I bought him a guitar yesterday and an amp, because he's been playing acoustic, and he's getting better at it, and he really wanted a white Les Paul with a black pickguard. I think either John Lennon or George Harrison played one similar to that, but I ended up getting him as this really cool Les Paul. It's a lower end one, but it's still mahogany, and it's got the P90 pickups. Anyway, I'm going to give him a flip cam and get him to record some stuff, and then put it on YouTube, and I'll link up to him so you guys can watch. He likes to write songs and stuff like that, and so we're going to get him to start putting his stuff out on YouTube, and then I'll link to it when he starts doing that and let you guys know. So I got to get a camera out for him to do that. And then I think we're paying for our niece's driver's ed so she can get her license, and I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know when she has to go start driver's ed, but we're going to find out. When she lived with us in the lean times, when I was doing the hot dog cart and process serving, and I didn't really have a job. I think when she first came to live with us, I had my really good job, and then I lost that job, and so now I have a good job. So she was worried that, you know, it was going to cause problems with us with money, and my wife's like, it's not like it used to be at all. Said, you know, your uncle's making a lot more money than he used to, you know, and so, you know, we have extra money to help out. I mean, we saved up and bought the Prius. It's not new, but we still saved up the money and bought the Prius. So I do make a lot better money than I've made in the past. So we do have more money, and so my wife, she gets upset that I want to spend money to do videos for you guys. She understands it. It's a lot cheaper hobby than me collecting guitars. She has found out. And that's the other thing I'm eventually going to get back to playing. And then maybe, like I said before, I think that I said it before, that I want to start doing some stuff with the ukulele. I have one, and I have an amp that goes with it. So hopefully when I get an area cleared out, I can learn a few songs and do some songs for you guys. So we'll see. That may be what I change that other channel to, instead of my angry channel, do like a music channel. It's one of those things, as things go along, we have to wait and see. And I'm probably moving my editing rig home this weekend. It looks very, very positive that that's what's going to happen. Her office is just packed full of stuff now, with donations, and so it's hard to get around in there. And so I'm probably going to pull it all home this weekend, because I just got to finish getting some stuff off my desk, and then I'll be able to pull it home and use it. So that may happen this weekend. And that's why she was like, why do you need a laptop? And I'm like, well, when we're laying in bed, I can't put the desktop and the monitor in my lap and sit in bed next to you and be on the computer. Otherwise I'm going to be in the living room all the time, working on videos, or recording Minecraft or Happy Wheels or something like that. So it's a lot easier just to be at the desk. And I don't, like I've said before, I think I don't really like the desk because it's a roll top and there's no good way to put anything on it. But I like the desk because it's old and it's beautiful. I just wish we had a bigger house and it could be more of a conversation piece, like a writing desk that we have, like when you first walk in or in the living room somewhere, that it's more of a writing desk, or we do it to pay bills, and then I have an actual editing desk where I can put everything on it, and that's eventually we'll get there. So anyway, I'm nearly to work, you guys, so I'm gonna let you go. Have a safe Friday. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be recording tomorrow. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry, I just rolled up on something on the highway. There's a fire truck, and it's on the side of the highway. There's a fire truck I'm passing right now, and looks like a trash truck on fire. It's interesting. Okay, anyway, have a safe Friday. Have a safe weekend, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.